Whoa. Whoa. Whoa there. Whoa, Nelly. I'm doing this as a mic check if you're not
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
We coming in clear?
Yeah, you're coming in clear. I don't know what the fuck that was about.
We coming in. All right, we might want to run some tests this weekend. Okay. God damn, we had a great intro. We had some great chemistry going on. I guess that was all. It all went to waste.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's still recorded. It's still there.
All went to waste. It's all done.
I'm sorry.
Had a godlike intro. It segued into our topic really good. This bitch is whispering something on the stream. What the fuck is this game about?
Son,
Why can't I just see her mouth?
Son, you don't need to see her mouth. She's like Miss Bellum from Powerpuff Girls.
I'm not even mad at that.
I'm playing.
I'm not even mad at that.
Oh, I'm about to say what? Bitch is whispering on Power.
I'm sorry. If you were looking at the stream, Maurice, it was like I don't know the name of the character, but you just saw her lips, and I'm like, whoa, what is this?
Hello.
All right, this is a family podcast.
Okay.
Ain't that right, Jared?
Yeah. Okay. This is definitely rated PG for not PG. Just saying.
This is rated E for everybody.
10 up.
Everybody, son. So everybody hit that subscribe button, and I'm getting better at this whole segue thing, ain't it, Maurice?
Maybe.
6 out of 10.
Oh damn! All right, well, fuck you, nigga.
Damn! I thought we were ready to eat for everyone. So we can't be saying stuff like that. No, I'm just.
What are you talking about? Apparently, we're not ready to eat for everybody. If you guys, you're saying I'm 6 out of 10 and shit.
Damn. Why you gotta give me a 6
You could give him a 7. Ratings like okay.
Even though 6 out of 10 is still passing, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
It's not. What the fuck? What school did you go to?
Maryland, that shit is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Nigga. Like if you
a 60% is an F, my nigga.
No, a 60% in Maryland is a D, which is passing. I'm so.
Man, I need some stats. I need some statistics.
Just look at Glenburn.
Anything below a 64 in DC is an F.
Anything below a 59 is a fucking F. Is an E. Sorry, it's an E in Maryland. They don't do Fs.
Man, see, this is why nobody likes Maryland, son.
Hey, I ain't gonna say nothing about that one.
So low racist.
How is that racist? How is status maybe?
A little bit. It's a little bit
racist.
You can't say all that. You ain't gotta put them on blast like that.
I don't know about racist though.
I mean, I guess you wouldn't.
I mean, nobody. But to be fair, Maryland also has the highest rate of rich black people in the entire country. Really? So am I still racist? Yeah.
I mean, now you're not, but the first thing you said definitely.
Okay, so niggas in race. I mean, niggas.
Wow.
In Maryland are weird is racist, but when I say that black people are
love chicken. Statistically, black athletes are some of the better athletes. I mean, it's a difference.
Oh, we're not gonna go into that controversy.
Wait,
we're not gonna go into that one.
even though what you said is completely true.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm racist. I'm trying to figure out how I'm racist for saying that Maryland niggas are weird. Well, Maryland is weird.
Maryland niggas are.
Well, I didn't say niggas at first, all right?
It just flew so naturally off the tongue like you said it before. All right, PewDiePie, I see your game.
What, niggas?
Yeah, you know he said nigger before.
Wow!
Oh! Volume.
Why are you dropping the hard ER? This is becoming a pattern with you.
No, that's what he said.
I said nigga.
No, you said niggas. I was just making a connection to PewDiePie saying nigger when I said this.
Why you do it again?
That's what he said.
This is coming quite easy for you, Maurice. We gotta talk about something.
I'm focusing.
God damn it! It's supposed to be the Kingdom Hearts review.
Not anymore, nigga.
Okay.
We don't know this.
Hey, boys and girls, if you're still with us, man, niggas probably click on this expecting a Kingdom Hearts review. We go into nigga and hard ER. Man, god damn, we're just goofy right now.
I'm definitely trying to wild out. I don't know about you.
I mean, yeah, we're allowed one Wild Out podcast at least.
All of our podcasts are Wild Out podcasts.
I don't think you want to go down that route.
I think they have it. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Guys, welcome to the IMO Podcast. As you can tell from our not rebuttal, but intro, I guess. We clearly don't give a shit about the success of this show. So my name is Andre. My name is Andre, and I'm going to be your host for today. I'm joined by these other niggas. Jared, how are you today?
I'm alright. I'm doing fairly alright. My weekend, got some Warframe, got some new content for this bitch.
Nigga, it's Wednesday.
It's my Friday. Actually, technically it's my Saturday. I'm off today.
His weekend.
Yeah. I mean, all y'all everyday fucking like Monday to Friday, like 9 to 5 niggas, like y'all always say Happy Friday. That's my Monday, so I say fuck y'all, but it's all good. But I'm doing alright. How you doing?
You sound a little salty for that.
I am not salty at all. You know, on a level of 1 to high cholesterol, like I would fit into the I need to go to a doctor type of category, but I'm good. I'm good.
So what you look the term you was looking for was high blood pressure.
High blood pressure. My
yeah,
bad.
because salt doesn't cause high cholesterol.
You're right. But yeah, on a level of 1 to high blood pressure, I need to go to a doctor.
So you're salty.
A little bit.
So nigga, okay. Hey Maurice. Hey Maurice.
Hello.
How's it going, sir?
I'm alright. A lot better than Jared, apparently.
Apparently, son. My man about to die.
He's just going through it, man.
You need to stop eating those Chipotle bowls every day.
Alright, them motherfuckers is shit, so don't even talk to me about that.
Yeah, but it's also like 2,000 milligrams of salt in a bowl.
Alright, so I'd rather eat fucking Chipotle bowls than the ramen because that shit's gonna kill me one day.
How would you compare those two things?
Because of the high sodium in ramen, like, do you read the fucking packages, niggas?
I mean, yeah, but I'm talking about like how did you go from Chipotle? So
because
man, fuck it.
Don't worry about it.
No, we're moving on, Jared. I don't get you right now, guys. If you're listening, we got a video chocked full of goodies to talk about. I'm trying to figure out why the fuck the stream keeps on going dipping below 360. I don't know what's going on, but there we go. That's a lot better. All right, let's talk about some shit.
Oh, we're talking about shit now. It's the talk about shit section of.
Yeah, the part where we say, "Hey, how was your day? Everybody's great." Let's bullshit a little bit. Or shoot the shit, as the white people say. I never really understood that phrase.
Did you hear yourself talk sometimes?
I've never heard that.
You never heard of shoot the shit?
I've never heard of that. Who the fuck greenlighted that saying that's okay to say?
I don't know. But it's definitely a saying.
Okay.
You're just gonna have to trust me on that one.
I don't. It's not even if I have to trust you. Why is it a thing?
What, shooting the shit?
Why? Like, who said, all right, so we're gonna...
It's kind of like bullshitting, I guess.
But
who started saying bullshit? Who was so mad one day and then she's like, "Ah, bullshit." Like,
I mean, because it's bad. But why would you shoot? Never mind. I'm not even gonna go into it anymore.
Hey man, there's a lot of messed up things in the world, son. Like choking the chicken. Never understood that one at all.
I'm done.
That one was completely stupid. Anyway, yeah, we got a lot of shit to talk about. As you can see from our title, it's mostly going to be a Kingdom Hearts 3 day, but we're going to talk about a lot of other stuff. So stay tuned, stay engaged. If you want to leave a comment, you can. If you want to subscribe, that's mandatory. But yeah, we're here to have a good time. We're here to talk about some. Since I can't say shoot the shit because Jared will find that offensive apparently.
Definitely. Please don't say that around me.
You know what offends me? You not watching the fucking Lion King. That's what offends me, my guy. Once every show, Jared. Once every show. until you watch this movie.
I swear
all right, so
it's gonna break headlines when I finally watch this movie.
I mean, yeah. Speaking of headlines, that's a perfect segue, Jared.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, actually, we got several headlines. Which one do we fucking start with?
We're killing it.
Right, anyway. Let's talk about video games. So, in recent news, and Maurice is actually probably gonna give me the most shit about this, 'cause I've been talking about this shit for. I think I've been talking about this ever since I met Maurice, actually.
Wait,
I think so EVO was finally.
Oh yeah!
EVO is finally doing the thing.
Wait, where's your bottle? You got the bottle, right?
Oh, hold on, I'll be right back. Continue the show.
So EVO is finally removing Melee from the lineup.
Oh.
So no more Melee tournaments at EVO. This is huge news for Andre and huge news for the Melee community because this kind of is I would say like one of the first.
Son,
Like,
it's the fall of a Titan, honestly.
I wouldn't say the fall. I would say like the glimpse of a decline.
True. Because, I mean, there's still, like, what is it, Apex, you got Pound, you got other, I think it's GOML, you got a lot of tournaments out there that support Melee, but this is the grand stage of fighting games, the biggest stage of them all, over in Vegas. Like, wow.
And it's just, like, gone now. It's gone for me, though, now.
It is. It's the, I don't know, I mean, do you think it can make a comeback?
No.
No.
Nope. It's dead, Jared. Hey, who's taking a shot with me? Hold up.
I feel you. Because, I mean, I personally never really saw the like, appeal of, like, oh, my God, this is, like, the best Smash ever. When, like, literally, you can't even play half the fucking game. There's so many exploits in that game that you just cannot do. Like, it's not
even... Does one even... Huh? At this point, does one even play Super Smash Melee at this point?
I mean, there's still
Or does the game play you?
Honestly... What was it? So do you guys know of Hack Money? He was a really good Falcon player, and he switched over to Fox like a fucking degenerate. But we're not gonna talk about that. But no, this nigga, he literally had to go to a doctor, and his doctor actually recommended him to stop playing Melee because it was fucking up his hands. Like this
Makes sense.
This nigga Westballs literally was recorded doing 9 inputs a second playing this fucking game. Now, I'm not going to say that's the highest you can ever do in a fighting game, but good fucking God, 9 inputs a second, like, that is a fucking lot of things to do in 1 second.
Makes sense to me.
And there's different unique inputs, not just hitting A at the same time 9 times a second. No, there's different unique inputs of hitting different buttons and analog sticks.
Makes perfect sense.
But yeah, I'm actually really happy this game's finally leaving. Like, Ultimate, I feel as though is good where it's at. There is some like balances and shit like that can be done, but it's not to the point where it's like, oh yeah, this game is horrible. No, this game is definitely fun. Like, I'm enjoying Ultimate.
So am I the only one that's about to take a shot right now? Because
I mean,
I got a little bit of something here.
This nigga.
I wasn't prepared for this. Like, I should have went out and bought me some bottles. I didn't get
family show, everybody. Family show.
Family show. We always remember.
All right, so to the death of Melee. Your opening was great, but your gameplay was your gameplay was actually pretty good, but goddamn, did you overstay your fucking welcome. So to Melee. Hey Jared, just take a shot of water.
I got you. Mental shot. I feel you.
Oh, that's good. Hey man, $100 whiskey. We got that shit. We got that shit on deck. So yeah, there's not really too much to talk about the actual topic itself. I just wanted to get that off my chest that yes, I am one of those niggas who does not like Melee, even though I've never played it.
Don't worry. If you watching enough videos, because I played it. At first I was like, yeah, this is the shit, but then after a certain point, I'm just like, okay, this is kind of getting mundane and like really boring. You're only gonna see literally 3 characters ever gonna make top 8 in the fucking cast, which is Fox,
Jigglypuff was about to make.
Oh no!
Oh, sorry, my bad. 4. You're gonna see 4 characters out of what? 26? How many characters in that fucking game? Like 20?
Probably.
You're only going to see 4 characters. Period. Make top 8. I mean, you might see some underdogs like Samus, Toon Link, or Mario, maybe a Luigi. But if you want to talk to any professional and be realistic on who the fuck is going to win a tournament, they're going to tell you those 4 characters. Period. And it's like, how is that? I feel it's not really like entertaining or fun to just count for like over a decade to see the same 4 characters hit the main stage. And they get impressed when they see shit. I'm like, yo, you've seen this happen multiple times.
Yeah, I'll never understand the hype behind seeing a certain character. Like, oh my god, which 4 characters are you going to pick? Falcon, like, Fox, or...
like, Fox Dittos is like a staple to see in any fucking game, in any fucking tournament. I'm just like, this is the same matchup over and over. Like, this isn't entertaining anymore. This is just kind of boring. I don't know.
Yeah, it outstayed its welcome pretty heavily. But like I've said, I've been saying this for years. I've been saying that hey, Melee needs to go. Melee is the reason that the Smash community gets shit on. It's not. It's actually the people. But
it is like you have a lot of like Melee elitists that will constantly bash and say no, Melee is like the perfect form of Smash Bros. This is what the game was meant to be. Like
it was not.
If the game was meant to be this way, then there wouldn't be so many bugs and fucking banned exploits in the game that you just cannot do.
Yeah, these niggas are
I don't know
literally
how you
celebrating
make
a
the
broken game.
argument that it was meant to be broken. Like that sounds retarded.
It was meant to be. What game is meant to be? Okay, I'm not gonna go into that one.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying like that's what you just said though. If they say it was meant to be this way,
Yeah.
like, how can you make an argument for that?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't fucking get it.
Yeah, we meant for this game to be stupid. Yeah, I don't think that. I don't
Like,
think that was the
it
case.
does take skill to play. I will give it the benefit of the doubt. It takes a lot of skill to play it at a high level. But oh my god, I think I might literally like develop stage 4 or 5 arthritis just playing this game. Like,
I just want there to just be one centralized Smash. I don't want. Hey, what Smash is coming? I don't want to feel. I want the FGC to feel like the Smash community is getting special treatment because. How many games in Evo do they have another form of the same?
Never. That is the only one that's ever done that.
Yeah, and we complain that we don't get enough time, or the Smash community complains that they don't get enough time, and the times that they actually have their pools is also fucked up. But then the game takes like 5 fucking minutes for every single match. So it's these things where I can see that why the FGC is kind of mad at the Smash community because the Evo kind of bends backwards over for Smash, obviously for the past couple years, and they've probably said, hey, Smash Ultimate is in a pretty good state right now. There is literally no reason for Melee because we all know that Smash 4 wasn't going to stay if the Smash 5 is out. So yeah, it was just time for it to go. It's time to get rid of the CRTs. You Cheetos eating, non-tapered shirt wearing, neck beard having niggas. You need to move on
and get a fucking HDMI.
Is it bad that I think that every nigga that plays Melee is probably looks like Mewtwo King or some shit like that?
Stop.
That's really fun. No.
I'm drawing because these niggas are annoying. Have you ever been to a pool for Melees? That's on every bad thing they say about the Smash community is damn near true, and I'm glad Caleb isn't listening because he will probably agree. He's been talking about this for a while.
The whole time.
Yeah, but yeah, it's everything and this can be said about almost every video game. We're kind of going long into this topic. It can be said true about every single community for every video game. Like there's always that antisocial, awkward bunch that for some reason everybody thinks that to normies this is what they see, this is how they think that we all act. But for Smash, it's kind of intensified a little bit. And it's weird, like that whole body odor thing. That's definitely there, and I'm like, I can't defend it because I've been to plenty of cons and plenty of fighting game things, and
those people do exist. They just don't choose a shower.
I know. Yeah, son. I don't know. It's in every community, but I feel that's kind of insinuated by Smash. But yeah, it's a celebration though. Melee is dead. Well, it's going to live on, but it's gone at Evo.
Finally.
Thank God. Let's go ahead and move on. So here's another thing that I've been talking about for the past couple years. Maurice, take it away. Come on, be one with me. Read my mind.
A couple of years?
Yes. Several years, nigga. Damn.
Several?
Yes.
Kingdom Hearts 3?
There you go.
Okay, I was just like, wait, is he really just going to the main course? Are we diving in?
Oh, we're diving
going into the main course?
We're going into it.
Balls deep.
Why wait?
Okay.
Give the audience what they want.
If the main dish is there, why would I still be eating the bread and salad?
One more time for the people in the back, yo.
I mean, the dressing is kind of good on the salad.
No.
Sometimes. If they got, I gotta be telling those niggas to put extra cheese on my salad.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So we diving into Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I didn't have any fucking joke for that. Would you like cheese, sir? Yes. Well, how much? Just tell me when to stop.
At any point.
Sir, tell me when to stop. Keep going, nigga.
We only have a certain amount, sir. Like we need to save some for everyone else. Did I say
No. Keep going, sir. I've been here for 2 minutes. Yeah, keep going. Your bowl is filled with cheese. So you said tell me when to stop.
It's like 2 hours later. Sir, it hurts.
More cheese.
Oh God.
Another one.
Another one.
IMO Podcast, the podcast where we stay on topic 100% of the time.
100% of the time. Hey guys, let's talk. All right, let's get right into it. Olive Garden is the best fucking. Nah, it's not.
Olive Garden is delicious. Huh?
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, it's the big one. Here we go. Kingdom Hearts 3. 2001, 2019. Damn. 18 years of continuity. 18 years of gameplay mechanics that were semi-frustrating. 18 years of characters that will not shut the fuck up about light and dark. 18 years of edgelord.
Oh my God, yes, preach.
18 years of zipper pants.
Zipper. How many pockets? Not enough pockets.
18 years of Donald Duck not fucking healing me. 18 years, Maurice. 18. So, me and Maurice are going to give our first impressions, our final review, our final score of Kingdom Hearts 3. We're going to talk about it semi in depth. We're going to keep it as light of spoilers as we possibly can. When I feel that we're getting into like super duper spoiler territory, I will probably say like, hey, this is the part where we're about to wild the fuck out. So if you're not down with that, go ahead and get the fuck out. So yes, Maurice, Kingdom Hearts 3, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go. What do you want to talk about first?
Okay, so how do you want to break it down? What do you want to talk? What do you want to talk about?
I think the story would be best saved for last. Let's talk about what we liked about it first.
Damn. Well, all right, cool. So a couple positives. And this actually correlates because I actually thought that the game starts off pretty strong. I thought that everything as far as the visuals to the intro to setting everything up for the first couple hours was pretty good.
Yeah, I think they did really good when it came to like the tutorial. Like they kept that shit short and sweet. Like this is the enemy. You press this to attack. You press this to deal more damage. You press this to deal even more fucking damage.
I like the fact that they kind of gave us something kind of familiar to look at with the first world, which is Hercules. Now I've been on record saying that I did not want to go back to the Hercules world, but they kind of did this one correctly, if in my humble opinion.
Yeah, this scene definitely felt more dynamic. There was fire, mass chaos. I would say that the cutscenes dragged on a little bit long, like actually getting to her. But I guess they're just trying to like set a world up, or no, they were just wasting time.
Yeah, they were wasting a lot. I was about to say you're kind of wild for that. They was just.
Yeah, my bad.
So
yeah, so I thought that like actually exploring Herc's world when it was on fire. That's a slight spoiler. When it was on fire was pretty hype.
Right.
Oh my god, can we? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the opening was pretty strong. I feel that this is kind of an overarching thing, so I guess we might as well get into it now. I thought that the combat let's get into that. Not right now. let's not get into that right now. The visuals for the game, extremely impressive. I was genuinely impressed by how the game looks. I mean, obviously, it's 2019. It's almost to the point where you can't even say that the game looks good, because at that point, nearly every AAA game that comes out is going to look pretty good. But for Kingdom Hearts 3, it almost has to be. You have to enforce that the game looks great. Some of the scenes actually looks.
I don't even want like the scenes. Like one thing that really stood out throughout beginning in the game was the fucking Olympus level. Like once you get past Hercules, like Thebes, and go up to Olympus to actually not really chill with the gods, but hang in the gods' territory.
Everything's all golden and shit.
Yeah, that looked amazing.
Yeah, that
But
shit was great.
they really brought that place to life. No, I really like that part. That was really awesome.
Yeah, it needs to be commended to Square and Tetsuya Nomura. I hope I'm saying about the amount of work, the attention, the detail that literally goes into everything. Everything was fucking flawless as
like
far
they
as a
ripped it
Disney
straight
perspective.
from the fucking. They ripped it straight from the movie.
Exactly. It was like it was flawless. It was literally just walking into that world, and then with the upgraded visuals, I don't know what they were. I don't know whether we would have saw a difference between whatever the fuck engine they was running to make the other games and Unreal Engine 4, I believe. But holy shit, does these worlds look good? Every last world looks good. Holy shit, the Pirates of the Caribbean level looked fucking amazing.
That was fantastic. That was everything. That was like that look was everything I wanted. Just the look.
Right. It gets to the point where some of the cutscenes in the Pirates of the Caribbean level looked better than the fucking movie. To the point where there was a spoiler for fucking At World's End. If you haven't seen that movie, then fuck you. But family podcast. They at the end of At World's End where they're blowing up the ship.
Yeah.
There was this one shot where they're shooting like the back of not the Flying Dutchman, but whatever the fuck the name of the ship is that Laura Beckett is on. And I swear to God, you cannot tell the difference between the game boat and the actual fucking boat that they filmed 10 years ago.
Yeah.
The shit was that good. Like I literally, if I would to say, hey, which one is real, which one is fake, you would not be able to tell.
It would take you a minute.
I'm gonna get the picture for you. The shit was surreal.
Yeah.
So so visuals amazing. The opening was pretty good. I especially loved the troll at the very beginning when they said Kingdom Hearts 2.9. That shit was great.
Cheeky shit like that.
Son, that shit was amazing. Hey, Kingdom Hearts 2.9. What the fuck? Nah, we just fucking with you. It's Kingdom Hearts 3, nigga.
Yeah, you bought the game this,
right? Like, hey, they're like, nah, chill. Here we go, Kingdom Hearts 3. See, it's right there. That's the title. See, chill. It's actually again. Don't return this shit. It's the actual game. Okay, so now here's the part where we get into some sort of debate. So, how do I start off? Let's go into the combat. The combat for Kingdom Hearts 3 is not bad. For what it is, it's not too different from the super fun hack and slash Mash X compared to the other games. That part I was fully expecting. I knew that was going to come in. I knew it was going to be the way it was. So as far as the way that everything feels, the way that everything flows, the fact that you get you unlock combos as usual, and you get a couple more customization slots, which I believe in the last game I played was Birth by Sleep. I don't think we had that many customization slots, but that shit was I thought that shit was great. Positives for combat for right now, Maurice.
Positives for combat. Okay, so it felt really fluid. The way you flow between like using different abilities and different spells and stuff, that part was really awesome. The effects on the spells were also pretty great. They actually made me care about a water spell.
Oh yeah,
you know, I mean,
it looked really that's messed up. It's good because Maurice doesn't like water guy. He's more of a fire type of guy.
I mean, it all changed with Fire Nation. What? Attack. Right. All right.
Got shot in the knee.
No.
Okay. I like my one better.
Okay, I bet you did. Like I said, it's super fluid. I like the little rewards you get for doing well in combat or pulling off certain combos. It was a little simplified in comparison to Birth by Sleep, which is where they kind of borrowed the system from. Where they kind of borrowed the system. Which where they kind of borrowed the system from. And I didn't appreciate that because. So what made Birth by Sleep cool? Oh, we haven't get to the natives. Let's just move on.
No, because that's a good segue. Because I actually disagree with you for some of the choices that they made for as far as the rewards go.
Oh, I didn't. No, I just okay. So all but one.
Okay, so
Those were one
let me guess. The Disney attractions.
Yes.
Holy shit. Okay, so
Yes.
I guess
They
we gotta
look
talk about that.
fantastic. They look fan-fucking-tastic. The issue is what my personal issue with them is that they take you out of combat, like mentally out of combat. Like if I'm playing like Bayonetta, One Piece, Dynasty Warriors One Piece, or if I'm playing Devil May Cry, like that was one I was trying to get to. Like you're constantly like moving, trying to get combos, trying to go for like that higher score, right? Like or mentally to go for that higher score, just like stack damage on something. But this shit literally says, all right, you got a reward, you got a lot of fucking damage. Now play this little mini game in the middle of combat. Like it's jarring.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like this is why I like Birth by Sleep a lot better because it was your deck was geared towards the styles that you wanted to enact, and the damage or the payoff or the rewards you get was one and done, quick and done, or you just go to another form.
Oh right, and that actually brings me into that was gonna bring me to my second point, but keep going.
No, I'm done. That's it.
So yeah, like I said, the Disney attractions was probably good parts of the entire game for me. I did not like any of them, and don't get me wrong, they look good. They're hype for the first fucking time. After that, my main issue with it not acquires, but you get that Disney attraction way too fucking often. It is so fucking simple. How many times it is almost every single encounter. Even when you're fighting a lot of the fodder heartless, like where it's like, okay, we got to put up something here so you know feel like you're playing the game instead of just running. Then you get a Disney attraction. Then and it's like every time you press triangle, it does this fucking 10-second cinematic, which granted it's not actually 10 seconds. I'm exaggerating, but it feels like that. You granted you get a choice to skip the cutscene, but it does this whole thing where it goes like where Sora goes yeah, and then a whole fucking boat summons out of fucking nowhere, and you're commanding the boat, doing a bunch of fucking damage for fucking free. I didn't feel like I earned it or anything. It just fucking appears when I hit an enemy, and it really takes you out of the entire flow. And we'll get into flow motion in a second. It takes you out of the flow of the game. Another thing is I didn't feel that anything was kind of special towards fighting each and every single Heartless. I can't.
Well, before you continue, was there a way for you to turn off the attractions?
No.
No?
No,
because you can turn because like it's weird you bring up flow motion because you can turn all that shit off.
You turn off flow motion?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it is a build, so I guess you're technically right. But no,
yeah, what?
There's no way to turn those off.
Well, oh, okay.
And that's too bad because that shit really took me out of the game. Like
I want to fact check that.
Okay. But while you're doing that, it got to the point where like, okay, if I do my spell like 3 times and I hit an enemy a times, I have like 4 or 5 different options to press triangle to just do a fuck ton of damage, and I didn't really do anything. Like at one point you'll get like, okay,
you can't turn them off.
Oh, so I was right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so it gets to the point where you have 4 options. You can do the big stupid thunder move, or you can summon. You can summon rage mode, or you can summon Donald's meteor. Then you can do Goofy's bomb, and then we can do all this. It's like it's just a little bit too much. And some of those things are hype, but I feel that the Disney attractions did not need to be there in the slightest. Like not at all. Especially for all the shit that you get.
I wouldn't even argue that was too much. It's just the Disney attractions made things like annoying.
Right.
Like, because you had to go through. Well, you can choose to do it if you want to, but I would have liked y'all to just not have them in there and just fight raw. Like, just give me more enemies, take out the attractions.
Yeah, or at least make the attractions a little bit more special, that they don't appear so much. I swear to God, it's every 40 seconds that you get an attraction, and that's a problem. When you have a let me save that point for last. Let me save that point for last. But flow motion was, I believe that flow motion was introduced in Birth by Sleep.
Dream drop distance.
Dream drop distance. My bad. Flow motion does not feel good in this game at all. To me, it doesn't feel correct. I think they could have spent a little bit more time with it.
I will second that because immediately as I found out that I was able to turn it off, I fucking did it. Like, fuck this. No, I don't. I played it on 3DS. I got through it on 3DS. That was that game. We're fucking done. I'm playing Birth by Sleep Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, the better one.
The better.
Yeah, it doesn't really. It doesn't. It feels unintuitive, and that's like the best way I can describe it. Like you jump, and then you press square to dash to a wall, and then that dashes you to another enemy, and you do probably the same amount of damage as you would have if you just would have mashed X. So there was literally no reason to use flow motion at all for me.
Mm-hmm. Well, the only other reason to use it would be, I guess, to like traverse like certain worlds. I can imagine it'd probably be a little helpful traveling through Big Hero 6's world because it's just like a big fucking city.
And I get that.
Yeah.
I get that, but in combat, no, it doesn't. It didn't make any sense because you did so little. It was like, why did I even do this in the first place? It's okay. And some of
in terms of.
Okay, so let's take the basic one. You probably won't know because you turned the shit off as soon as possible.
Well, I know them because I played Dream Drop Distance.
Yeah. So like you jump and then you dash to a wall and then you dash to an enemy. You press X and Sora does like a dive slash or some shit, and that's it. And I'm like, okay, I did a lot there, and I barely get any reward for it. It's like it just feels a little clunky to me.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't feel correct. It's like there was no reason to use flow motion at all in this game, and that's not unfortunate. It's just when you have a mechanic that's very prevalent in the game, and if I go like, hey, I just don't need to use it, that's kind of a problem. It's either A, it doesn't look good, or B, it doesn't feel good, and it was both of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was.
Maybe if they took out flow motion and just gave you fucking a skateboard or some shit, you know?
Maybe.
Not like any skateboard, but like you play Birth by Sleep, right?
Yeah.
I think how they got those armaments where they can just like hit their shoulder and transform, and then like also turn a keyblade to like some type of vehicle or shit. Like that would have been cool for that game. We could have used that instead of flow motion.
I don't think it would have made too much sense, but I would have rather saw that than.
No, yeah, it definitely would have made sense because Yin Sid's there. Yin Sid could have made them the fucking armor.
Yeah, that's true.
Or figured out how to do it. It's not like he wasn't around when Eric Walsh was dead.
Right. More on Yin Sid in a minute. More Yin Sid in 1 sec. But yeah, combat. It's kind of disappointing to say. Combat actually takes a step back for me in Kingdom Hearts 3 compared to other games, and that brings me to probably be my second biggest gripe in the game. For the first 2/3 of this entire game, this game is piss baby easy. This has got to be the easiest game I played all year. Wait, let's get into because I know exactly what you're about to say.
No, I wasn't saying piss baby easy. Well, no, yeah, it is pretty. Well, I played on Proud mode, and Proud mode felt like normal, but
I did too. It was easy.
Okay.
It got to the point where I was just mashing X, and like I said, I get that technically Kingdom Hearts is still a fucking kids game. I get it, and mashing X, we've been doing that for 18 years. I get that, but it just feels easier this time. I don't know. It feels like I was brain dead through some of these levels, and as beautiful as these levels are, like holy shit, the Tangle world was fucking awesome too. But as beautiful as these worlds are, it's like, why is it so easy? Why am I just breezing through this shit? And I'm really trying to save my biggest gripe with this game. I'm really trying to hold it in, but I keep on trying to like get to it, but I'm trying to get these other points out to be completely fair to the game. But yeah, the game is pretty easy. Like everything as far as Disney goes in the Disney worlds, as beautiful as they are, the game is pretty basic and easy. You literally do not need to change up anything you're doing besides mash X. I guarantee you will. If you die in the first 3 hours of this game, I will be very shocked. And that goes for pretty much any player on any difficulty, even on Proud mode. It's really simple because you have a lot of fucking tools at the beginning of the game. You could do all those summons and shit that we're talking about, guys. You could do that at the beginning of the game. Just summon a bunch of fucking damage guaranteed at the beginning of the game. I just don't. I didn't really understand the terminology for that. Maurice, do you agree with that at all? Did you feel that the game was too easy, or just about right for a Kingdom Hearts game? Until the part that. Go ahead.
I thought it was just about right.
Okay.
Just given, I don't think it was like exactly brain deady. I don't think it was brain deady in the beginning. Well, no, sorry. I do agree with you. You do make some valid points. I think what made everything like super brain dead easy, I'm gonna use that word again, is the fact that you get the attractions.
Yeah.
The attractions just kind of make the combat like
you're watching the game instead of
You
playing.
get too much of a reward from just playing it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You get from watching to just playing it, and that I didn't appreciate. I feel like if you bumped up some of the enemy's health a little bit more, and take away the attractions, it might be a more difficult game.
Yeah. Or just let me have a little bit more skill. Fuck.
A little bit more choice.
A little bit more choice and a little bit more skill when fighting at least some of the fodder enemies. And if I could just skip ahead just a teeny bit, the fodder enemies. Now, granted, Kingdom Hearts is no stranger to just having enemies there, so you can simply level up and feel like you're playing a game. That's never not been a thing. But I feel that a lot of the options when fighting these enemies is pretty much gone. I feel like some of the enemies just do not attack you at all. Like I could just sit there and the enemies just won't do anything. And for a game,
playing the same game.
Yes. Yes.
I swear, dude, I was on proud mode and I was just like going through it. Like I'm not saying it was like super difficult, but they were just annoying as fuck.
What do you mean? What do you mean annoying?
Like they just kept staying on me, kept attacking me. They, for some reason, like their attacks just chained together. Maybe I got like the pre-release version of Critical or some shit. I don't know, but I don't know. It didn't seem like they were just like doing nothing. Like some of them maybe, yeah, but I always had like 1 or 2 enemies or 3 enemies on me at all times. Or at least trying to like dance around me.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, maybe it's just because I was just expecting a little bit more, because I remember at the end, and once again, this is kind of cheating, but at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, when you're fighting like the high level nobodies and shit, that actually took a little bit of finesse for you to one, look good, and for you to and kill them. And I didn't really.
At the end of 1?
At the end of 2.
At the end of 2, which and you said the nobodies?
Yes. So let's say you're at
like CX and shit.
No, not the, I'm talking about like the fodder nobodies. When you're like trying to level up.
Oh, and shit. Yeah.
Like remember, like my favorite was like the samurai nobodies, when you actually had to use your skills to beat those niggas, and it wasn't just you weren't just plowing through them. Is what I'm trying to say. You actually had to use a little bit of skill that you learned throughout the game to beat those enemies. And I feel that for the first 2/3 of this game, you didn't really need none of those skills. You didn't really need to know anything about the game besides mash X. Well, I mean, occasionally use
the first 2/3, and you don't reach those enemies till the final act. So, I mean, that's not. I hear what you're saying, but I'm not sure if that's the best or the fairest comparison.
That's fair. But I remember. Well, no, maybe my memories.
Like if we're talking about like at the end of the game, the enemies like was there? I don't even think there was anything tough that you like any fodder enemies, any mobs.
Well, in Kingdom Hearts 2, it was like that.
No, in 2. No, I was saying in 2 it was, but in this one, I don't think there was. Like nothing that I had to like particularly know how to fight or beat. Besides like the niggas that are like immune from the front.
Exactly, and that's pretty much it. Like I remember, and once again, it's completely fair to compare this game to the other games because it's direct continuation. I remember back to an
extent, you know.
Yeah, to an extent. I remember back in Kingdom Hearts 2 when we went to the Mulan world, which is one of my favorite worlds in Kingdom Hearts period, by the way. And you had like the centaur niggas. You wasn't just running up on the centaur niggas and you were just you were low level. Those niggas will beat the shit out of you. And I just felt none of that for this game. There was no like, hey, we're gonna put up 2 of these annoying enemies and you got to figure out a way to beat them. There was no moment like that in Kingdom Hearts 3. You see what I'm saying?
No, yeah, I feel you. It's that, and they also gave Sora way too much power.
A lot.
Like even his anti-form, he couldn't use healing into because there's anti-form, and then there's whatever he turns into now, which is like kind of different, I think. Or anti-sword or whatever. But in the first one, you didn't have a keyblade, so you had no reach. You had to get in close. You didn't heal when you transform. They make you heal now when you go into your rage form. Oh, it's rage form here, anti-form into. Yeah, right. So they make you heal back to full health in rage form.
Once again, another way to make the game easy.
Yeah, you get to spam triangle like 4 times to get like a super badass attack that pretty much just clears a room. Which it's like your attacks are already fast as fuck while in rage form in 3, and you don't need that much damage output like at all. Like even if you're sacrificing like half your health bar, you just don't. Plus you have Cura, which you can use. You get Leaf Bracer pretty fucking early on, depending on your setup.
I was really surprised.
Yeah, right. And sorry, so you get Leaf Bracer pretty early on. And you can spam out spells and also and get to like 10% mana or MP, and then use Cura for the full effect. Like there's no, it's not. He has too much power, and you have no choice. Right. Because everything is just geared to help you out. So it's just like if I see an option, I'm just going to take it because that's the highest CPS option. It makes me immune. I take less damage. I might as well use it. There's no choice. Like, oh, if I go in the range, maybe it should be something like if I go in the range 4 now with like this 25%, I'm not going to heal back up, and I'm playing like risk reward because I get a lot of damage, but I can't heal.
Brain
like it's
dead.
Yeah, there should be something like that in the game.
Yeah, they give you a lot of tools.
Attractions out like that. This game would be so much better, even if they kept in all the shit that makes Sora OP. If they just take the attractions out, I feel like this would be a little bit stronger.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, story. So for story, I would like to break this up into 2 parts, which are basically we're going to refer to the first 2/3 of the game, and then we're going to refer to the last act of the game as the last act of the game because. Holy shit. Anyway,
or third act, because I might use things.
Okay, third act.
Despite Andre.
Right. So the first 2/3 of this game, which is basically just the Disney worlds. We've already said that the game looks beautiful, and we've already said, well, we didn't talk about the voice. The voice acting and the acting for this is actually pretty good too. It's a lot.
They were going for pissing off the fucking player. By having Donald just speak every 3 minutes, they nailed it. Primo job.
And we'll get into that for 1 second. But if you like Disney, this is if you want to like just live in that world for a couple minutes and have a fucking excuse to do so. This is it. Character models look good. The most of the actors reprised their role for this game, and I thought that was super impressive. Everything, well, except for the high level. They didn't get Tom Hanks and shit back. They didn't. They didn't get Tom Hanks and who plays Buzz Lightyear?
I can't
The
remember.
nigga from Home Improvement. I forget. That's pretty sad. I forget.
Oh no, not the fat dude, but the actual main character, right?
No, the actual guy, the guy who voices Buzz Lightyear.
The main character of Home Improvement.
Yeah, him. Tim Allen. There we go. Wait, who the fuck was the fat guy from Home Improvement?
He had like some friend or some shit that always was hanging out with him, or I can't.
The nigga that was over the fence that we never saw his face.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. No, there's somebody else because like we never saw his face. I remember seeing this other guy's face. He had like a really thick beard.
Oh. Anyway. Yeah, they didn't get like the A-list celebrities back like Tom Hanks and Tim Allen and I think. The whoever did the fucking voice for the Monsters Inc. characters, all the important niggas, they didn't get the back because obviously they can't afford shit like that. But what they got, they sounded pretty spot on. I was never really going like, oh, this sounds nothing like the original characters or anything like that. So once again, Square's attention to detail really comes into play here. So all of that was spot on. I also felt that the animation looked a little bit less stiff. Everything looked a little bit more believable this time around, which once again, next gen animation. These are just shit. This is shit that we expect. So those are the good things about the first 2/3 of the game. We already said that for the first 2/3 of the game, the combat is very easy. Okay, so story for the first 2/3. I have absolutely no idea what the fuck was going on. I had no idea why the fuck we had to do any of this shit. There were literally times where I felt the game was trolling me. When they would walk into the world and they would literally go, "Why the fuck are we here? I don't know, just enjoy it." I'm like, wait, no. You don't get to do that. This is the worst paced game out of anything in the Kingdom Hearts series, bar fucking none. I didn't get any of it. Like I said, I mean, I see why you literally get one sentence, and this one sentence I'm about to say right here is going to be for the first 20 hours of the game. Mickey and Riku are in the realm of darkness trying to rescue Aqua, and Sora has to dick around in other worlds to get the power of awakening. That is all you get for 20 hours. And that is really a big problem. I have no idea who thought this was a good idea. I'm like, how do you guys not see this? It kind of breaks up from the traditional Kingdom Hearts formula, which is Disney World, and then okay, let's sprinkle in some of the main overarching story a little bit. Like let's go to Twilight Town, let's get some Organization 13 action or something like that, and then we'll go back to the Disney World again, and then we'll have the final act, and then shit like this. For this, we had 20 hours of just Disney Worlds. And when you have 20 hours of Disney World and the game is dumb easy and the combat is brain dead almost because of the attractions, that kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth for about 20 hours. Maurice.
This isn't really much to say. Like
exactly.
I know, like, even in Kingdom Hearts 2, you at least fought the organization because they were trying to do something in that world in order to I mean, they were just trying to do something in that world to like fuck it up or further their plans and objectives and shit. And you don't even get that here. Like that's exactly like you said. Like he's just dicking around until the story demands him to get back to develop it again.
What I don't get is, I swear to God, and there was one scene. I think it was the Monsters World arc. I swear to God, this game was speaking directly to my 24-year-old mind. It was when I think it was when Vanitas came in the Monsters Inc. world. And he was like, "Oh, so what are you gonna do? You gonna spout some nonsense and then just run away like everybody else?" Shit, you can't do shit like that, son, because that's the main problem of this game right now. You have all of these characters, all of these villains that we should be fucking fighting, but then they come in, they say some shit that makes no fucking sense, and then they disappear.
Yeah, like that's maybe we definitely want to get a rematch against young Xehanort. Fighting that Dark Riku would have been sick to do again.
Right.
And I mean, only like the boss fights we got, I feel like half of them could have been swapped out for fucking nobody, an organization member.
Exactly.
Except for the one with the wolf that summoned a meteor down on you.
Oh yeah, that shit.
Keep that in.
Yeah.
Keep that in.
Yeah, that shit was great.
You're right.
Yeah, good job, Square, because that shit came out of fucking left field. I think that was like the Frozen level. And I'm like, wait, what?
Oh my God, it's Madara's familiar. Someone save us. He's here.
Right, so it's like at one point we're singing, "Do you want to build this?" Man, and then a fucking ice wolf. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? How did we get here?
He pulls up the darkness spirit bomb and drops it on you. I'm like, no.
Right. The boss battle of Toy Story I thought was actually pretty good too. A little bit annoying, but I thought the
girl.
No, not the little girl. You go to like the toy box land and you're flying around and shit and you're fighting. Was it a little girl?
She was in the dollhouse.
It probably was. I don't remember. I guess I don't remember the world as much as I thought it was. Maybe I probably gotta play the game again. But yeah, the Toy Story level was pretty. The boss battle there was pretty good. But those other worlds like Tangled, Pirates of the Caribbean, bruh, there was no reason to have us fight Davy Jones or whatever the fuck they made up for fucking Tangled. I don't know, they just
yeah. I need to play through the Tangled world again because not Tangled world, the Pirates of the Caribbean world, because there's one like piece of feedback that I saw and everyone hated the fucking water level on Pirates of the Caribbean, like when you're fighting the ships specifically, and I was looking like, really? that was probably one of the more hyper parts to me. Being able to use magic with the ship and shit, and putting up force fields of water walls and stuff. Like that was all animated beautifully, and it looked really amazing. I didn't even feel like I spent that much time on it.
I kind of disagree with you completely on that.
Yeah,
front.
I know, it's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I know, like, because, like, from what I heard, it just seems like it just took too long for you guys.
It did.
And I mean, the whole time I was having a blast.
Yeah, but it's the fact that, one, you're in the hypest game, well, second hypest world in the game, which is Pirates of the Caribbean. You get to see Jack Sparrow again. There's just so much you could have fucking did. And they dropped the ball completely. There was no original Heartless. I don't know what's going on with that. They kind of got lazy with the character design here.
But like specifically that water part though, like
I didn't like it.
why?
I didn't really like the underwater part either.
Well, I mean, the underwater part I get that felt kind of slow at times, but I was kind of cruising through that too. I'm just like, okay, this is cool.
The underwater part was tolerable. I get why that was there.
It didn't impress me like by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah. I just like the ship fighting. The ship fighting was cool. I was just blasting niggas with cannons.
I didn't like it. It just felt like it just felt like with all the things that you could do with Pirates of the Caribbean, nobody wants to. Well, for me anyway, I can't say no one, but for me, I didn't want to pilot the ship. I want to fight the special Heartless. I want to fight the pirate themed Heartless that you guys should have came up with, and you guys just did not give that to me. You already got a subsection which is going underwater and fighting under there, which was okay. But then you throw in this whole thing where, one, just piloting the ship, helming the ship. I don't know what you do it for boats, but piloting the ship, it doesn't feel good. It feels generic. It could have literally been anything. There wasn't too much thought put into it besides press square for shield and then press R2 for cannon. I didn't really like it. And then they had the nerve to make it a part of the final fucking boss fight, and I'm like, okay, look. Now you guys are where you're going in through the typhoon or whatever, the underwater tornado shit, and you're blasting the cannons at the Kraken to release Jack, who somehow got captured.
Shit, I do not remember that.
Yeah, exactly. You probably blotted it out from your mind. It was that bad.
Probably.
Yeah, but it's definitely there. A part of the final battle, right before David Jones, you're spinning around in this fucking circle, and you have to keep on mashing R2 to hit the tentacles. That this shit, it's stupid because when I'm saying it out loud, it's pretty fucking stupid. But you definitely did it. So yeah, you just don't remember it. It was pretty dumb. While we're on Pirates of the Caribbean, what was up with the crabs? That
was weird. That was really fucking weird.
So, guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, mild spoilers. In the Pirates of the Caribbean world, you spend a good 10 minutes finding white crabs, and you're knocking down.
Find like 300 of them.
Which is, I'm like, okay.
You're trying to kill time, I guess.
I don't know, but that's a terrible way to do that. You have there is just so much in this world. This world is pretty much built for Kingdom Hearts, and we're collecting crabs.
Not to mention, like, I think the biggest flaw with that world was that they didn't stick to the story. And while that didn't really, they didn't stick to it. They kept skipping around the story for the Pirates of the Caribbean. Like with the other Disney worlds that we've gotten in the past, we've got like satisfying resolutions. We get point A to point B to point C. And Kingdom Hearts 2 is more like point A to point B2, then come back later from point A to point B1, then come back later for point B2, then finish at C.
Exactly. You get to go back to the worlds twice.
Yeah, and while this didn't affect me personally because I've watched all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies and I understand where they were in the story because I've watched them a bunch of times. Like as far as like new people who haven't seen,
they won't have a clue.
Yeah, exactly.
They won't have a clue what's going on. Once again, going back to gameplay for a second, I feel that a lot of the options are just gone for tackling to some of these enemies. I remember in Kingdom Hearts 2, you weren't just fighting the Heartless, you were actually the pirates as well. And And as small as what I'm about to say is, and it's pretty fucking small, it was still an option that you had to do. So the pirates would actually like take aim at you and they would shoot at you, and you had the option to deflect the bullet. It's these little things.
Yeah, but people didn't like that, like the triangle mash out shit, even though that was one of the cooler parts.
Exactly, like you already kind of like the once again, my favorite one was going back to the Samurai Heartless, was you press triangle and you go into this dual stance for the Heartless, and you gotta quickly mash the whatever, I think whatever slot it goes to, you gotta quickly get to it, or A, he slashes you, or B, you slash him. One of the two is gonna happen. It does a lot of fucking damage. It's those little things that kind of breaks up the monotony of keep on pressing square. It got to the point where I'm like, man, can I press triangle please? Or I mean not triangle, can I press square please? Can I press circle?
The situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, again, people didn't like that. Like, they always joked and clown.
Like that? And why did they listen?
I don't know. Because it was really cool to see Sora just do cool shit.
Right, and that just added to, and you could just do shit like that because you're literally setting your character in a fucking cartoon world. The fucking sky's the limit. You can have Sora do a dual stance with a fucking keyblade and slash a ninja or some shit. You can have I'm forgetting all the other ones. That one just sticks out in my mind because it was the fucking coolest. But yeah, you could do little shit like that and have your character do like all these awesome things. But now it's just mash X, do the same combo that you're going to see for the rest of the game. It doesn't really change, which is crazy. But that's Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I don't like the finesses. The finesse is completely gone from Kingdom Hearts. But that's just the first 2/3 of the game. Now then, the final act of the game, which starts promptly, spoiler alert by the way, which starts promptly when you find Aqua. When you find Aqua, literally everything we said about the game does not apply.
Except for the attractions, because the attractions are still there.
Yeah, unfortunately. But everything else, holy shit. It's a completely different game. You find Aqua, you actually get into the story. They start explaining the story. You stop going to the Disney worlds. The game actually becomes a challenge. You're fighting boss after boss after boss after boss. And I'm like, okay, look, this goes back to the pacing. This is the worst paced game of the entire series, because you're making people slog through all of this Disney. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not Disney nonsense. It's well made. But you're making them go through this slow, monotonous, easy gameplay, leaving a bad taste in their mouth for 20 hours. It got to the point where I'm like, okay, I don't really have to play this right now. I'm just going to finish the game when I please. I'll just pick it up whenever I can again, because it's just going to be the same shit when I go to the next world. But when you find Aqua, and she started putting those moves on you, and it's like, oh, okay, I got a dodge roll now. I got to press square to block. Okay, this is the reason I've been playing Kingdom Hearts. This is the shit I've been waiting for. And they make you wait so fucking long until you get to that.
Yeah. It was really cool to go through. I was gonna say it's really sad, but I mean, I'm glad we got what we got. And that's probably a little spoiler into like how I feel about the game. But it literally gives you everything you wanted from the first fight, like cool spells from the enemy bosses. You're not just fighting like mindless heartless or semi-mindless heartless or semi-mindless nobodies or mindless nobodies. You're fighting like actual fucking combatants. Yeah, people combatants.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I'm like, okay, I get the big giant boss, that's great, but when do I get the Keyblade on Keyblade action? When do I fight a boss that's like that would like give me a challenge or something like that? And it just did not do that for so long. I was starting to lose faith a little bit.
Hitting them with the bling blah when I get through that. You know
right.
What I came for.
Right. On a really personal note, I remember playing the game and I was like on the Pirates of the Caribbean level, and I paused the game and I took the deepest breath I've had all year, and I'm going, holy shit, this game isn't shaping up. It literally makes you go that way. I was like literally, like I was physically, you could see it on my face if anybody was there. They'd be like, well, if anybody was there, they'd be like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'd be like, this isn't the game. This isn't the game that I've been waiting for all these years. And it really took me into that space where I'm like, holy shit, is this Kingdom Hearts 3? They're not explaining everything. We're having these dumbass dialogues where where nobody's doing anything for real. And then we find Aqua and all that shit just and then it just completely flips. So we will probably take another day to really talk about it because we're really, I think we're almost going into an hour here. But yeah, everything turns on its head and I'm like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. But you waited so long for me to get for this. The damage is already done. I feel about the game how I feel about the game already. And I don't know whether you had that feeling because the last act of this game is everything you could want from Kingdom Hearts 3 minus the attractions, but you wait so long to get to it. I don't. If a newcomer was coming to this game and if they was expecting like some Final Fantasy 15 shit, they would have dropped this shit easily. So yeah, your thoughts on the final act without getting too much spoilers.
Sorry, I was muted. Sorry about that. So my thing is opposite. I'm opposite from you, right? I like the first 2/3. They were okay. They weren't the best. They weren't exactly what I wanted from a Kingdom Hearts 3 game. I'm not sure if this has to do with the fact that I've played just a bunch of them, and I've played the trash ones especially, that my expectations have been pseudo-tempered in a way, right? Like, I don't come into this thinking, like, this better be the best thing ever. I'm not saying that you are, but this better be the best thing ever or best for the series or anything like that. But this just needs to be a game that, like just delivers on the characters that I've, grown to love over the time, especially Aqua. I swear to God, if you got Aqua wrong, I'm gonna hurt somebody. And what did they fucking do that's not fucking wrong? Oh my God, that was probably the one disappointment I have with the game. But I agree, the beginning wasn't strong. The second beginning, the 2/3 weren't strong at all. The combat needs some work. But fortunately, like that can get patched, so I'm fine with that. And the story just isn't strong. There's almost no reason. The only reason you're playing the first 2/3, like you said, is just to get your level up. That's it. Just so you can fight the last act or the last 30.
And it's not even like a in-story reason for that. You're leveling up for the game's sake of leveling up because that's how an RPG works. Yeah, there was no story behind that.
This is just a culmination of bad design choices, like back-to-back bad design choices. I mean, I'm probably still gonna go play the game again when Critical Mode comes out.
Oh yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah. But I don't understand why we had to make these choices because not only are they not cohesive, but they don't push the game forward. Story-wise, we may have gotten pushed forward a lot. I mean, we'll talk about that maybe next week or in 2 weeks. Story game, we got pushed ahead a lot forward. But as far as like gameplay and stuff, this should have been perfect. This should have been polished. It looked polished, but I think they needed to like workshop a few more of the combat elements, like the attractions, like giving players actual choice. It doesn't need to be Dark Souls, but I need to be engaged,
Yeah, it take, and you know what's funny? I almost don't want to play this card, but I feel that it's needed to. During my playthrough, I'm saying to myself like, okay, when do I actually fault Square for these design choices, and when do I say that hey, it's technically still a kid's game?
That is up to you and how you feel about the game. To be honest, this will probably be part of the show where I try to convince you to my side, but there's absolutely nothing, and this is the approach I take with other people, there's absolutely nothing I could say to make you like Kingdom Hearts or any of its iterations.
Oh, yeah,
Whether you like Kingdom Hearts is on you, and there's nothing that I can say that's going to change that.
Nothing at all.
If you hate it, you just hate it, and I can't change. I can't make you see the good in it because like there's just so many bad things. Like I can't really blame you for not wanting to play it.
Exactly.
Like, so at this point, it's just you hold on to the nostalgia factor, and that's kind of all you have as a fan. And from the like, if you want to take it a step further, from the developer side, like they either make a game everybody can get behind, or they just make a love letter to fans, which I think is what they were trying to do with this game. They were going for the latter option.
Which is that's kind of, well, it's not really disappointing. I get it, money. But at the same time, the Kingdom Hearts fan base has got to be the most devoted fan base in gaming that I can think of, besides maybe Final Fantasy or Madden or some stupid shit like
I like to think
that.
of us, well, you can make money from Madden, so that's not that bad.
Okay, but
I like to think of us as the spouse or the the not dominant spouse in a domestic abuse relationship.
okay, fair enough.
You know.
But yeah, there was probably something else I wanted to talk about. We're gonna talk about this game again eventually. Okay, so for right now, as the game is, Maurice, what is your score for one of the most beloved games series? Well, the conclusion to one of the most beloved gaming series.
The conclusion, or the 2/3?
No, the entire game.
The entire
game. The entire game. What
okay.
is your rating?
I'm gonna say 7.5. Wait, hold on. Let me do some math real quick.
Yo.
Hold on, I got this. Oh no. Oh god, not like this.
What math?
Oh, that's too high. 7.5.
Okay. I'm close to you. I'm going 7.
7. Yeah. Oh wait, you said for the whole game?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, 7.5. If we're talking about like the first part, it's probably like 6.5 or 7.
Oh, for the first part, I'm going 6. Solid 6.
Yeah, because like it's just so weird that they chose the things they chose. And you know what's funny? It's not really that buggy. Everything works well, very well.
Everything is beautiful.
Right.
On a technical side, there's nothing wrong with the game at all. Which is very surprising for a AAA game.
Yeah, it's just a design choices. Like they just chose to put like the square block in the circle hole, and thought it was gonna work out, and it didn't.
It's these other things that's not technical as far as like when the game isn't running, as far as story beats, the pacing, the characters weren't written as strong as they could have been. It's
like
these things.
You had to be a Kingdom Hearts fan to like this.
Oh yeah.
And my score isn't even like a good representation of how I feel about the game, because as a fan I can get behind these things, but as like a reviewer thinking about like the new player experience, you're gonna be lost. Aside from like realizing that circle is the button you press to attack, or X is, I can't remember now.
X.
Or X is, it's X? Okay, whatever. Or X? Oh yeah, because circle is jump. Or just realizing that X is the button you need to attack, you're going to be lost from a story perspective. You're just going to be going in, hacking away at things like, okay, this is cool, but I don't know what the fuck is happening. I'm gonna keep attacking.
Right,
them.
and even for the diehard fans that's been with the story for the niggas who sat down and watched fucking 3-hour videos to prepare for this game so we can get literally everything that Square may or may not throw at us. This was a big fucking disappointment for you to not explain anything for the first 20 hours of a game that we've been waiting almost 20 years for. That is gotta be the biggest slap in the face I have seen ever.
Or if I could play devil's advocate, this is probably the one game where they're just catering to the fans who know the series back and forth.
But you're not catering to the fans by not giving the fans anything you want, metaphorically, for the first 20 hours of the game. You don't get...
Story-wise, no. Story-wise, no. But, well, no. I won't even say that, because, like, I mean, as a fan, I'm not technically lost. Like, I understand what's going on, what I need to do.
Oh, no, you're not technically... No. I'm not saying that you're technically lost. I didn't say that... Well, I'm not saying that the fans are lost. I'm talking about that the fans that knows everything, they're expecting, okay, let's get into this shit. Let's get into these story beats. We've had like 6 different games since Kingdom Hearts 2 with that it feels like. No more explaining, no more hesitations. I've waited long enough. I've waited patiently long enough. To this day, my Twitter still says patiently waited for Kingdom Hearts 3. So, they wait so long to get us these.
Yeah. Like, no, like I was saying, like, no, I wasn't saying that you were saying that. I'm just saying, like, it just drags on for so long. Like, you just take forever to get to the actual meat of the story.
Exactly. And that's and no other Kingdom Hearts game had this issue. I mean, at least none to my knowledge.
Well, but you haven't played any of them.
I played. Well, I didn't play 358.
Not Chain of Memories. Recoded.
I'm not playing. Yeah, nobody
had this issue.
Nobody
played. I mean, people did.
People did play it, but I don't.
So this was the other game where they did something similar to this, but this was at the end of the fucking game, and you didn't learn anything nearly as big as what you learned in the last third of the game.
Yeah, but this is Kingdom Hearts 3 though, Maurice.
I understand that.
They should know better.
I mean, yeah, but I just wanted to bring like the facts to attention because you said no one else did this before, and no Kingdom Hearts game did this before, and I'm like, code.
Okay, well, I guess you could correct me on that part, but for this, do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think it was a good choice either.
Okay.
I feel like they just thought that the fans were just going to stick with it because they're their fans, and I think that's why that's what they had in mind. Like my whole thing is they didn't have the new player experience in mind. They didn't have the I'm gonna catch you up in mind because they released the other games like 3 or 4 times already. So they're just like, oh, our fans got them. They play them. They know what it is. We'll just move forward.
Right. Yeah. That's so unfortunate.
You know what you learned at the end of Recoded?
Let me see. Recoded. That Sora's asleep or some shit.
No, that would be fun. That would be actually good.
What?
It's the one where they dive into Jiminy's journal. Jiminy's journal, and they learn that Data Sora can have a heart.
Jesus Christ.
That's it. Go through all of that shit, go through all of those worlds, replay them all as Data Sora, just to figure out that that those data beings can have hearts or some shit like that.
Whoop-de-doo.
Right. And that was at the end of the game. At least like we get 2/3 in, we actually get some significant like pieces of we get. Well, I mean, we'll get into that later. We get something more significant than that.
And I just want to touch about it on a second. The conclusion for all of this. And I'm not talking about like the big twist at the end and boys there twist at the end. I just didn't feel that any of this kind of like quenched my thirst for what is going to happen for all of the characters. How does everything play out? And
I don't think it was supposed to.
Yeah, but everything
to make you want more.
But it just everything just felt so generic. Like with all of the story that you have, this is the most convoluted. Well, one of the most convoluted stories in gaming history, and everything is resolved in the easiest of manners, in the easiest of fashion. Everything is how you think, Jared. How you think this game is going to end is exactly how it's going to end.
They win.
Make no mind about it.
I hate it when shit happens like that, where it's just too easily predictable.
It's so predictable, except for one thing at the end where I'm like, what the fuck?
Like,
but
so
more on that later.
Let me rephrase that. I hate it when shit's predictable and boring. When shit's like you can kind of see it happening, but it's still hype. I'm down with it. But when it's kind of like predictable, and it's like, yeah, I saw that coming. Yeah, of course. But yeah.
The ending is hype, and oh holy shit, does this get? We'll talk about it next week where we have to hold. This game gets pretty fucking hype. Let me tell you. But the way that the resolutions for some of the characters, like one of my favorite characters in the game, for I'm not too sure why, because I barely played this game, was Shion. I thought her story was super tragic.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't that the DS one?
Yeah. My roommate was super happy to see her in that shit.
Yeah, her story was.
I played through her game and I played as her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, her story was like, holy shit, is this still a kid's game? Like, what the fuck?
I think 358 over 2 days, which is the game she's from. I think that was probably one of the sadder stories.
Oh yeah,
like,
bar none.
It's neck and neck with Birth by Sleep. Yeah.
I would give the slight edge to 358 over 2 days because holy shit, everybody gets fucked up and there is no happy ending for this game.
I mean, only 2 of them get fucked up.
That's a lot.
Birth by Sleep, everybody has a bad ending.
That's true.
Like, spoiler alert: the master dies. One of the friends becomes the main villain in Kingdom Hearts 1, and the other one gets trapped in darkness for 10 years, and the other one's trapped inside another nigga's heart. No one comes out of that okay.
Yeah, that's true. At least I think Axel, right? He was, or was it Rock? Well,
Axel's still alive.
Still alive,
and
if you want to call that living, and Roxas is still alive.
I mean, nobody. At least he had moments. You said what?
Like technically, Roxas isn't alive. technically Axel was never.
Yeah. I mean, they only lost like 2 people.
That's true. I don't know. I think it's just because I bonded with Shion for whatever the fuck reason. I'm not too sure why. I just bonded with that character more than out of any other character. And we didn't even talk about characters that much because Sora got on my fucking nerves in this game. But we yeah, I think if I had to rank them, I would say Aqua is 1 because obviously. Next would be Shion, and maybe I don't know. My third place could be any fucking body. These characters kind of blend into each other after a while. But yeah, and everything is just resolved.
Everyone is Sora and everyone is Xehanort.
Basic, son. That's actually not wrong. Damn, even Riku is fucking Sora. Shit.
That's lore.
Yeah, I know. Kyrie is Sora.
Lore, nigga, have you not been here? Lore. That's they're all everybody. Everybody's everyone.
You are me, and I am what? Yes, darkness. But yeah, guys, that was our review for Kingdom Hearts 3. Trust me, that's not gonna be the last time we talk about this game because we're not about that. We waited too long for this game. You might be hearing about this game for the next month or so. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It is 9:40, and I made no room for the other topics. What do you guys want to do?
Close up shop.
Close up shop. Jared, is that what you want to do?
I'm hungry. I'm about to eat some food, yeah.
I'm hungry. I'm about to eat some food.
You got some food? Like, if you got food, then I'll stay, yeah.
Nah, I'm not sharing with you, nigga. Anyway,
damn, that's how you feel?
Guys, that was the IMO Podcast.
Stingy ass nigga.
I gotta be stingy.
Cause you ain't gonna share food. I share food with you, son.
What?
Nah, I wouldn't.
Guys, that's the IMO Podcast. We're gonna go ahead and sign off. If you like what you listen to, please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We started a little bit late today, but we went a little bit later as far as the show. I'm pretty sure we did like an hour and a half today or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, we'll be back next week with all the goodies and stuff. So stay tuned. Peace.
Peace out, pimps.